Jai Hind to one and all. It gives me immense pleasure to extend a warm welcome to the valedictory session of the International Moot Competition-2025, organized by the Sardar Patel Institute of Law, Swami Vivekanand, Subharti University, Meerut. Over the past few days, we have witnessed a wonderful celebration of intellect, research, and advocacy, bringing together some of the brightest young legal minds from across institutions. At the very outset, I would like to express our deepest gratitude to our esteemed panel of judges who graciously accepted our invitation to preside over the various rounds of the competition. We were truly honored to have among our distinguished bench. For the final round, Professor Dr. Reena Choi, Faculty Subharti Institute of Law, Advocate Sadhu Jacob, Supreme Court of India, Solicitor UK, associated with Lily Thomas Foundation, Professor G.L. Kaul, former Professor, University of Delhi, former Vice Chancellor of Vikram University, Ujjain, and Hemwati Nandan Bhaguna Garhwal University. For the semi-final round that took place on 26th October, we had Advocate Pranshu Kaushal, Honorable Supreme Court of India, Miss Anna, Faculty Subharti Institute of Law, Dr. Arif, Faculty Aligarh Muslim University, Dr. Ajay Raj, Faculty University of Delhi. For the quarterfinals, which took place on 25th October, we had Miss Anna, Mr. Ashutosh Deshwal, and Mr. Arshad, faculty from Subharti Institute of Law, Advocate Shashank Mohan Gupta, Advocate Meerut Court, and an alumni of Sardar Patel Subharti Institute of Law, Dr. Kavita Singh, Faculty Tedi School of Advanced Studies, Miss Pooja Gautam, Faculty UPS Dehradun, Dr. Vaishali Singh, Faculty UPS Dehradun, Miss Sonal, Faculty Subharti Institute of Law. For the preliminary round that took place on 24th October, we had Mr. Anurag, Mr. Harshit, Ms. Shivani, and Mr. Ashutosh, all faculty from Subharti Institute of Law. Your thoughtful observations, constructive feedback, and profound legal insights have immensely enriched the learning experience of every participant. We sincerely thank each one of you for lending your time, wisdom, and experience to this academic endeavor. This year's competition witnessed an overwhelming response, with 124 teams registering from various universities, including 4 international South Asian teams, making this edition truly global in spirit and participation. This competition brought together a rich diversity of institutions, where some of the universities that emerged as prominent participants in this year's edition include Department of Law, Barkatullah University, Bhopal, St. Augustine University of Tanzania, Government of Law College, Salem, Government Law College, Kodikale, Aligarh Muslim University, Baba Saheb Bhimrao Ambedkar University, Lucknow, Banasthali Vidyapeeth University, National University of Advanced Legal Studies, Kochi, and Maharashtra National Law University, Nagpur. Out of these, the top 16 teams were shortlisted for the preliminary rounds on the basis of their meticulously drafted memorials. The preliminary rounds were conducted on 24th October, where participants showcased exceptional clarity of thought and legal reasoning. The quarterfinals on 25th October saw the top 8 teams battle it out with persuasive advocacy and points. The semi-finals held on 26th October narrowed the contest down to the best 4 teams, and today, on 27th October, we witnessed the final round featuring the top 2 teams presenting their arguments with precision, passion, and professionalism. The moot problem this year, Technova Innovations Limited versus Global Tech Solutions, explored pressing contemporary issues relating to contract law, technology, and international commercial obligation. The participants displayed remarkable command over complex legal principle, clarity of thought, and persuasive argumentation, qualities that truly define the spirit of mooting. Beyond competition, what stands out the most was the integrity, respect, and professionalism that each participant brought through the virtual courtroom. This reflects the very essence of our profession, where learning, discipline, and ethics go hand in hand. We are also delighted to share that several participating universities have sent their valuable feedback about the competition, reflecting on their experience and learnings. A few of these feedback presentations have been specially selected to be showcased today, namely TC12, Quantum University, Roorkee, Uttarakhand. TC16, School of Law GD Goenka University, Gurgaon, Haryana. TC66, Chandigarh University, Punjab. TC71, Modern Degree College of Law, Duhai, Ghaziabad. TC105, University of Allahabad. We extend our sincere appreciation to all the teams who took the time to share their reflection and constructive insights. May I now invite Advocate Saju Jacob Sir, who is an advocate in the Honorable Supreme Court of India, Solicitor UK, associated with Lily Thomas Foundation, to kindly share a few words with our participants.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Good afternoon. I hope I am visible and audible.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Honorable Vice Chancellor Professor Sharmaji, Honorable Dean Professor Dr. Vaibhav Goyalji, the Dean of the Faculty, respected brother and sister judges, my learned colleagues and distinguished professors, and dear participants. It is indeed a privilege and a pleasure to be part of this international moot court competition and to witness the intellectual vibrancy, discipline, and passion that each one of you has brought into this courtroom today. At the very outset, I must extend my heartfelt congratulations to the organizers, the university, the Faculty of Law, and the entire team behind this event for conducting such a well-structured and high-quality competition. The research, coordination, and attention to procedural details reflected not only your commitment, but also your institutional excellence. You have set a high benchmark for academic and professional engagement. Now, speaking as a judge, I would like to share a few real assessments, both commendations and reflections, that I believe will help you all in your professional journey ahead. But I should say at first, the competition has been a wonderful training ground for all of you. The exposure you gained here in research, advocacy, and courtroom discipline is far beyond the competition itself. It is a rehearsal for real world time practice where professionalism, punctuality, and precision define the measure and success of a lawyer. While coming to the real time assessment of yesterday's competition, I am talking about two important things apart from the high quality of the excellent performance that you have displayed. I am talking about time consciousness. In an international or professional setting of an international lawyer, time is not merely a number on the clock. It is a discipline and an ethic. I feel that some participants yesterday, or all of them, kept strictly within the didn't keep the time within the allotted time. As you all know, in the Supreme Court of India and also in international courts and tribunals, judicial time is a precious asset. Counsel must learn to present their case, marshal their facts, and make legal submissions within the limited span and window of the time frame. Learning to be concise, precise, persuasive, and time sensitive is one of the first marks of advocacy. Secondly, I must comment the language and articulation of the participants. You have shown great deal of professionalism in using the legal glossary, the level of expression, the legal vocabulary, and the clarity of thought were of high standard. However, I would suggest that while addressing the bench, please prefer the use of the official or formal words which you have used. And I again give emphasis on that. I also advise all the participants to own the ownership of your argument and connect you directly with the code. I hope you understand what you say. You can always say I or the other third party's perspective directly instead of saying the council uh, of this side. Such kind of words you can avoid in the real time professional practice, because you have to own the ownership of your own argument and you have to connect yourself with the code. Thirdly, the code craft and composure displayed were highly commendable. Both sides, petitioners and respondents, competed neck to neck. The quality, reasoning, and calm demeanor were very, very impressive. None of you appeared nervous or under pressure. You maintained dignity, sensitivity, and respect, values that form the soul of the legal profession. Your tolerance toward each other and also toward the bench while asking the questions. Your patience when questioned was very much under control, and your composure under scrutiny were also very commendable. These reflect the real success of true advocacy. Even when faced with the tough questions, your responses were thoughtful and measured. This is the spirit of mooting and of legal reason. In conclusion, I once again congratulate the organizers, the faculty, and each participant for your dedication and brilliance. You have all added immense value to this event. May this experience strengthen your confidence and also the commitment to the noble profession of law. Thank you very much at first to the organizer and also to the moderator, and also my respect to the learned and respected sister as well as brother judges, and my best wishes to each one of you for a distinguished future. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Your insights and observations have greatly enriched this competition, and we were delighted to hear from you. May I now take the honor of inviting Professor J.L. Kaul, former Professor, University of Delhi, former Vice Chancellor of Vikram University, Ujjain, and Hemvati Nandan Bhaguna Garhwal University. Please address the participants, sir.
Hello, do you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. Vice Chancellor, my dear friend Professor Goyal, other benchmates, Jacob and Lady Professor, invited guests, the participants who would be receiving who would be receiving their certificates. Good afternoon and namaskar. At the first instance, I would like to thank the organizers, particularly Professor Weber, for inviting me to an extremely important, I would say an incredibly important event organized by them so very well. And I would like to congratulate the organizing team for organizing it in an incredibly wonderful fashion. Friends, my friend Jacob has already said something about the mooting exercise, about the arguments, about the confidence, and about the way the teams they present their viewpoint. It was an incredible experience to witness young students arguing with much feet on their ground and standing to their arguments. The arguments, I would say, were very well prepared. The arguments were, I would say, very well organized. And the way they presented their arguments was much more convincing. Of course, as a lawyer or as a judge, you always come across two viewpoints. And at the end of the day, it is for the judge to take the side of one or the other of the lawyers. But then, what is so important in today's context of legal education is that mooting has now become an important, I would say, incredibly important part of imparting legal education, whereby the students are imparted practical experience in the art of advocacy. Obviously, it allows students to integrate theoretical knowledge to simulated court proceedings, thereby bridging the gap between practice and real life. Juxtapose it to the days when we were studying law in Delhi University or other places of India. Law colleges were accused of distributing degrees without any kind of practical competence imparted to the students. But over the years, all of you would agree, and I particularly agree to that point, that there has been a tremendous transformation in the legal education of today. The conceptual approaches to learning of law or to learning of the legal world has undergone a tremendous transformation. Today, I must thank my colleagues, law professors, who have taken it unto themselves to blend academic knowledge with practical experiences. Practical experiences, all of them may not come right across today, but then it is only a step in the right direction. And that right direction is imparting mooting exercises whereby students can have an open approach towards how they do uh, view their forthcoming legal career. I can understand there could be immense difficulties, there could be immense limitations of any kind of a lawyer who has started, or of any kind of a student who is getting into mooting, who is getting into arguing a case either on behalf or against. There could be limitations, but what I found yesterday, that those limitations were overcome by the students themselves, by the participating teams themselves. I could not find any kind of limitation in the way they put up their arguments. I could not find any limitation in the way they have researched it. And I must compliment them for the kind of research which they have undergone. I found it while reading their memorials, which were submitted to the judges in advance. Now, friends, I really, honestly, I say that when I was a law student, I wasn't doing this kind of research, which today's law student is doing. And that is highly incredible of today's law student if directed properly, if coached properly by professors like Weber and others. They could overcome those limitations which we had. Now, we had a limitation. Today, you do not have that limitation. We had the limitation of the resources, academic or otherwise. But today, you do not have that kind of limitations, because internet is practically available 24 hours, because today's academic inputs can be gotten from any kind of source, whether they are international magazines, national magazines, Supreme Court decisions, so Hain online or whatever. So which would mean that if today a law student is properly guided, he will do wonders while he enters into a profession. Now, Jacob, my friend Jacob would also bear me out that while you approach the legal profession, there are immense difficulties. You will find immense practical problems while you enter into profession. But then, with endurance, with hard work, with your own sophisticated approaches to legal profession, you would overcome all those limitations. I am sure about it. Now, coming finally to the way how we approached yesterday's competition. Now, let me tell you honestly, it was incredibly difficult to come to a conclusion who is the winner and who is the first runner-up. I put it on record that both of the teams to me are the winners. I again reiterated, for me, it was very difficult to say who is the first winner and who is the runner-up, who is the winner or who is the runner-up. For me, I put it straight on record that for me, both of the teams were winners. But now you have to sort of award a trophy to the winning team. Therefore, there could be a possibility of one team being declared as the winner and other team being declared as the runner-up. We cannot help that. But for me, I have written it in my remarks. For me, both the teams were winners because of the fact that there could only be a difference of 0.5% or 0.5, in between the marks which were awarded to both the teams. Why am I saying so is because both of the teams were incredibly well prepared, were incredibly well organized in their thoughts, in their expression, and in their behavior. Mind you, I and my friend Jacob, we asked certain very intriguing questions, and we thought that there could be no answers to it. But oh, lo behold, there were incredible answers, and they stood to their ground. Whatever the argument they had taken, they did not backtrack from that argument just because I asked a question or just because my benchmate Jacob answered a question. They stood to their grounds. They argued very well, and they were fantastic in their approach. They were fantastic in their court manners. Of course, Judge Jacob has already told you certain kinds of things which a lawyer must always keep in mind, which a forthcoming lawyer must keep in mind. Obviously, those points are very well taken and they must be respected. And they must be respected to the extent that they are practical today in today's academic exercises. But when you approach, when you enter into the legal profession, you will have tremendous opportunities to learn more and more. I would recall the words of a judge, famous American judge. The life of law is not logic, but experience. And I think it was Judge O.W. Holmes, Oliver Wendell Holmes. I repeat it, the life of law is not logic, but experience. And this experience, which you have got in yesterday's mooting, experience which you will get while you enter into the legal profession, you will realize your goals. Of course, if you are prepared for that, if you have intended to for those goals, and if you are your feet are on the ground, and you have some kind of spontaneity. I was asked a question while I faced some interview. So that question was, as a lawyer, what should be the most important quality? I said, the most important quality of a lawyer should be spontaneity. You respond spontaneously to a question asked by a judge. Yesterday, like Jacob asked a question, I asked a question. And that spontaneous reaction to the question is what makes you a fighter, is what makes you a winner. If you react to that in a remarkably practical way, you will always be a winner. So winner in a moot court is different from being winner in the real life exam. The real life exam will start when you enter into a legal profession. It is there that you must stand on your feet. You must be well organized in your thoughts, expression, and argumentation. And you must be spontaneous in your reactions if ever some question comes to you. I think yesterday's, I talked to Professor Weber yesterday. I said, you have rewarded me because I have learned so many things from these young budding student lawyers. I was not so confident when I was doing my law, when I was doing my post-graduation. But mind you, today's confidence is at super level. And this is this confidence which matters the most. By this confidence, lawyers, young budding lawyers, young student lawyers, you would overcome any kind of difficulty, you would overcome any kind of limitation, which we had. We had lots of limitations as students. You do not have those students. And today, lastly, I must also congratulate the law college professors, deans, and directors who have taken on to themselves the legal vacuum which used to be there, the vacuums which used to be there in the past days. Today, every law college director, he prefers to have autonomy. He prefers to do the things in the most practical way and in the most rewarding ways. And that is incredibly important in today's world of law. Now, today's world of law, it belongs to young lawyers. Today's world of law gives you lots of opportunities, and it will take me 1 hour to discuss those opportunities. I am not doing that. But take the bottom line. You have immense opportunities. You have immense forthcoming opportunities. And if you have shown that the kind of grit you have shown yesterday, the kind of confidence you have shown yesterday, the kind of argumentative acumen you have shown yesterday, that will stand you in good stead while you approach those kinds of opportunities which are available in today's world of law. So with these words, I put on record my thanks, my overwhelming thanks to the organizers, to my friend and colleague, distinguished colleague, Professor Weber Goyal, organizing team, coordinators, fellow judges, and all those. So, this exercise is not a one-man exercise. And all those who were involved in the organization of this international event. Professor Goyal, you deserve lots of congratulations and thanks along with your team for doing so very wonderful in organizing this international event. Your coordinators, your accompanying team, they have been so incredibly well in approaching judges in whatever way, in approaching other teams. So my very best congratulations to all of you. My very best wishes to the winning team. My very best wishes to the runner-up, and my very best wishes to all those who took part in this incredibly important event that was the International Moot Court Competition organized by Professor Goyal and his team. So with those words, I again thank you, and I wish all of you a very best of luck and very best of future in the coming days. And Professor Goyal, it would always be a pleasure to be at your service, whether online or offline at your college. Thank you so very much, and God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your insightful and inspiring words. We truly appreciate the time and thought you've shared with us today. May I now invite Advocate Pranshul Kaushal from Honorable Supreme Court of India to kindly address the participants. Sir, you need to unmute yourself. Not audible.
I'm sorry. Good afternoon, Honorable the Vice Chancellor, Professor Vaibhav Goyal, Honorable Professor Kaul, Advocate Jacob, my fellow students, participants, host. Thank you so much for inviting me to this prestigious international competition organized by the Subharti School of Law. First of all, I would like to begin with a very interesting story of which I wanted to share with all the students also. But since in the competition the time is limited, so you rarely interact with the crowd. as the name suggested, it was an international moot court competition. So things actually change when you are actually participating in national moot court competitions and the international ones. Because in the international ones, you have the judges, like we have Mr. Jacob, who are actually participating from abroad, from different legal cultures. And the evaluation criteria or the expectations, they actually change. The students, particularly the students sitting at Meerut and in the tier 2, tier 3 cities of the country, they actually need exposure. So, I mean, it takes quite a lot of will to participate in such a competition. But at the same time, if you are participating and you have got the judges or the people who are evaluating you from different cultures, the pressure builds up. There's you need to know about the culture also. What is the culture in the moot court competitions in his country or the countries where he has traveled, he has witnessed or been part of the moot court competitions of the courts. So there is a very interesting story. When I was in America, and we were a group of different international students who were actually studying their our masters in law. So everyone had a different perspective on everything, like for example, the time period. Like, it is believed that South Asians are always late. It is believed that the people from Korea are pretty early. It is believed that Americans, when they are there, they want to talk only about themselves. So our professor, she used to tell a very interesting story, that once there was this guy who was an Indian, and this is for my students who have participated here. Once there was this guy who was an Indian, and he was sent by his company in India to America to crack a deal. So when he visited their US, he talked about work and he impressed all the people from the opposite side. After that, the person who was in charge of that deal from the American side, he invited him for dinner at his place. So in the evening, when he visited, like in India, we have a courtesy, we bring sweets. In America, they take maybe, I don't know, if you are an alcoholic, you might take a bottle of beer or wine, whatever. So he took a bottle of wine and he visited that person in United States at his home, and then his wife welcomed him. And over the dinner, everything was, I mean, in America, there's a perception they discuss everything with their wives, even though they don't want to take action based upon that, but at least they show that they are discussing it. So he discussed everything with his wife. Oh dear, the deal was really nice, and this guy is really generous, and he's excellent, and if we deal with India, we are going to have a lot of profit. And this Indian guy, he was all the time talking about the business. In the end, the wife actually cooked a very beautiful meal for him. He thanked the wife. He shook hand with the American, and he came back to India. Upon his arrival at India, his boss asked, how was the experience? So he said, we are definitely going to get this deal done. So he said, no, we are not going to get it. So he said, why? So his boss told him, because all the time you talked about business over the dinner. You didn't ask about his wife, his daughters. You didn't kiss her hand while leaving the home. So you need to know the culture wherein you are going to perform, be it a moot court, be it a real life court. Now the lesson comes at a later stage. Now this guy says, boss, I am really sorry for this, but I really worked hard for this deal. So give me one more chance and I'm going to prove this time. So he said, okay. On his next project, he's sent to Saudi Arabia. So if he commits the same mistake again, you know what his fate is going to be. So you need to understand the cultures, the dynamics, what people are talking about. Now, my question is to this organizing committee and the people who were involved in this act was that we have really outshined a lot of universities and institutions in doing this competition. But at the same time, where are we taking our students who have won this to the, in terms of the next level? Because this we have performed really well. But what about the next level? So I'm not saying you to actually provide them sponsorships, but I am on behalf of the students expecting and requesting that whatever connections we are making during this competition, like now I am in connection with Mr. Jacob. So let's convert these connections, these networking into relationships, because it is the relationship that is going to help our students to succeed.
Sir will join us shortly. There's some slight inconvenience on his part.
Let me congratulate Professor Dr. Vaibhav Goyal and his team for this successful achievement, and you have done excellent job. Sir, Advocate Pranshu Kaushal, I have just complimented, because you were not there for a few minutes. I thought that I would compliment you. That's it. Go ahead, sir. I hand over the microphone.
Thank you, sir. Yeah. No, I had a little bit of problem with my internet connection here. Anyways, thank you so much, sir. My another point I would like to take ahead is that this is a profession of karma yogi. The more we will practice, the more we are going to refine our deeds, our areas. There is a very interesting lecture I was listening from Mr. Zubin Mehta. He's an international acclaimed musician who hails from India, and he has a very big, prestigious musical, repute in Europe. And he told that I was studying about him, and he once tell that when he was a young kid, he visited New York, and he was standing outside this New York musical institution, and that was his dream, to be inside that musical institution. So every day he used to go there, and the guard, he used to not allow him to enter inside. So one day he took the courage and asked the guard that what it takes for me to be inside this musical institution. So the answer was practice. The same thing goes on for our students who are actually there, who have this courage and will to enter inside the courtrooms, to enter inside the international arbitration centers, to practice there, to be their counsels, judges, whatever. That the more you will practice, the more you will feel confident. And the more you will feel confident, because in this profession people are going to come to you for their solutions. So if you are confident enough, then only you will be able to provide the solutions. One of the most primitive things which I found in this amongst the students who were participating in this moot court competition, apart from other institutions also, is that there's a people, because of the lack of the time, they are in a tone which is a very hurried tone. They have to cover a lot of things, but the more they will chew the words, the more they are going to speak slowly, the more they are going to understand and then convey things. The better it will be, the articulation, the better it will be, the uh, uh, a perfect combination of the communication along with the intellect. So I think, apart from organizing moot court competition, we can also go ahead from Subharti to actually convey the idea how better you can perform in these moot court competitions in terms of communication skills. Uh, I know the time compulsions are there. That is why they have to speak in a flow. But in courts, if you attend the real life courts, the more you are calm, the more demeanor is still, the more you are, you are able to convey the idea, the better it is for the judge to understand. Because at the end of the day, judges are also human. And interestingly, I'll tell you, most of the people who are actually judging these moot court competitions have actually never participated in the moot court competitions, to be very blunt. uh, the reason is, in our times, the moot courts had just started, or they were there. It takes a lot of courage to participate in that. uh, there is a recusal on part of the people who do not want to participate. and the recusal is because of the fear of the rejection. And I think at this stage, or in any stage, there should be no fear of the rejection, because in this profession, even at the age of 90, 95, if you are practicing, you are learning something new. So that if we just in our communication briefings to the students, if we can just get this block out of their mind, it will be very easy for these students to actually flourish ahead in their paths to the success. We have very intellectual Dr. Call, Mr. Jacob, who have already been stalwarts in their profession, and I'm a small little bird in this profession, not very old, but at the same time I have learned quite a lot from their address recently, in today's address, and I'm really thankful for them to actually, like Dr. Call has told about the reaction. So it is very interesting, because in this moot court competitions, if you are participating, you have to do both, act as well as react. Now, the act thing can be predetermined, but the react thing, this reaction, you have to get you have to perform as naturally as it is possible, because there's no performance. I mean, you have to react. So maybe I react very passionately, maybe someone react by silence. Even silence speaks volumes. So that thing, that creates the difference. The demeanor creates the difference. I'm not saying every time you are silent so you are powerful, but yes, silence speaks volumes. And I have seen senior advocates also who are very loud in their performances. I would call it a performance, because at the end of the day, it is all the show which you are going to do in the courts. But people, they are loud and they are getting reliefs. And there are some people who have their strategies to be calm, composed in their demeanor, and they are getting also reliefs. So so everyone has their own way out, and that is for the students to figure it out themselves. And they will be able to figure it out when they will be participating more, they will be training more, they will be putting more sweats in the practice sessions than in the wars. So all the best to the Subharti Law School, especially the efforts of Dr. Vaibhav Goyal Bhartiye. And he has always been very motivational on a personal scale to me also, when I was struggling in my career in my initial phases. So he was the motivational factor who actually told me, no, you have this direction, so you should pursue this path. And fortunately it worked for me. So that is why I try to keep him updated on my progresses and successes, and obviously the failures. Thank you so much.
Just can I add one sentence to what Kaushal said?
Sir.
Yeah, see, I tell you, Kaushal, I think you have hit the right target. The fear of rejection. I mean, it is the most killing thing with most of the students. I tell you my own anecdote. While I was doing my post-graduation in Chandigarh, and there was an essay competition for the postgraduate students. Okay. And my good friend, who later on became the Chief Justice, so he gave my name. All of a sudden, I said, "Fella, what are you doing here?" I am shivering. The moment he took my name, I'm shivering. I said, "Come on, man, you put me in a fire." So I was really shivering. And that shivering was because of fear of rejection. But oh lo behold, he just patted me. So he said, okay, go ahead. I'm here. Don't worry. And when I went to the dais, I was virtually shivering. Then I caught hold of the dais, and then I started. But the moment you start, you reject that fear of rejection. You discard that fear of rejection, then all things go with you. I agree with you. I agree totally with you. That fear of rejection amongst the students, it should be somehow or the other gotten rid of. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Absolutely correct.
Thank you so much for the valuable and thoughtful address, sir. We are grateful for your insights and for you to be a part of this session. It's an honor. May I now invite Dr. Arif, faculty, Aligarh Muslim University, to kindly address the participants.
Ma'am, may I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Subharti University, Dean Faculty of Law, Professor Vaibhav Goyal Bhartiya sir, distinguished guests present in this valedictory session of this moot court competition, faculty coordinators, student organizers, volunteers, and the participants. A very good afternoon to one and all present in this valedictory session of the moot court competition. Really, it gives me immense pleasure to be a part of this valedictory session. As just 2 days back, I was the member of one of the session of this international moot court competition, and I witnessed the legal argument raised by those participating teams in the session in which I was one of the judge. And really, I witnessed that the argument, the level of thoughts clarity, the precedent they have quote in their memorials, and even some of the arguments were of such a nature which can easily be produced in a real courtroom. And it really shows the level of competition, what kind of teams were there. And after just passing the preliminary rounds and semi-final rounds, when the team reached in the other upper rounds, it shows the capability of the teams, what kind of teams have participated in this competition. And really, the moot court competition, to the students, to the participants, I just want to say that these moot court competitions are not only an academic exercise, rather than they are to be considered just like a laboratories. As in the science subjects, the students do some of the practicals in the laboratory. Here in our field too, the students just exercise how to plead the arguments in a court. And really, by witnessing that session of this moot court competition, I witnessed the level of the students, the level of thoughts, and even the courtroom etiquette. Really, sir, it was very difficult for me at that time. So far the court etiquettes were concerned, response to the questions were concerned, because I was given some of the criteria. I had to evaluate on that criteria. So some participants were following. I was just thinking how I should cut the marks and how can satisfy myself that I am justified in cutting the marks. So I evaluated accordingly, sir, as per my conscience. And I must say at this level, really the level of preparation, the clarity and the thought and the confidence displayed by the participants was really commendable. And some of the submission, as I told, were of that nature which can easily be or which can be considered as has been given the real codes. So my best wishes will be to the winning team who just win this competition, and to the runner-up as well, as to all the participants who participated in this moot court competition. And I would also like to pay thanks to Vaibhav sir. I know Vaibhav sir personally. He is the man who do official functions on personal cost. This I can say, I have spent a lot of time with him, and I know this very well, sir. At this moment, it will not hesitate me to say that Vaibhav sir is the person who discharge official functions on personal cost. And sir, that was resemble when I was witnessing that session of the moot court competition. Really, your hard work, sir, the hard work of your the organizing team, the Muskan ma'am, the Afrin ma'am, and the students coordinators, volunteers. My heartfelt congratulations to all those who participated for the successful completion of this international moot court competition. At the last, I'll give the advice to my beloved students: just keep work hard, and winning this competition is not merely the end. This you just consider that you got the reward, but you have done, but you have to see forward, and you have to do that. You have to just step by step you reach up to the highest level. So my wishes to all the winners, runner-ups, to all the participants, and congratulations to the organizing team as well. Thank you once again. I wish all the best to my prospective participants and students for the best in their future endeavor. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much for your encouraging and valuable insights, sir. May I now take the pleasure of inviting our esteemed Dean, Faculty of Law, to share his words of wisdom and encouragement with all of us.
Thank you. And so far as the feedback and the guidance and the line of motivation for all the participants, which has been shared by my worthy mentor of mentors, by my worthy, panel of judges, colleagues, and the team which was behind the organization of this event. So ultimately, I think I'm in between the result, which the final round team they are waiting for, and my few words. So I will try to cut short and few lines. I would like to say that from 2017 we started with the national moot court competition, 17, 18, 19, we have, conducted offline, and 28 was the pandemic time. So 20, 21, 22, and 23, we were totally off. And in 23 and 24, we organized the National Moot Court competition again offline. But this time, we planned that we should go ahead with no participation fee, because there was one feedback from the students that participation fee sometimes limits the students, that they want to participate but they cannot. Sometimes the barriers from their parents to go far away for the purpose of participation. So we decided with our Moot Court Association of Subharti Institute of Law that we should go with no participation fee. And we got 124 team registration and round about 100 memorials. And the judgment of the 100 memorials to come, and to, finalize 16 memorial. The entire hard task has been taken up by Madam Muskan Srivastav, and she has taken, she was the backbone of this entire organization of this Moot Court competition, with the assistance of Madam Afreen Almas. Afreen Almas is doing since long about the looking after Moot Court Association. Madam Muskan, she is quite new family member of Subharti Institute of Law. But I decided that I should give some responsibility to the new member of my family, and she has taken up the responsibility and the association of this Moot Court organization of this Moot Court Association. The credit goes to first Madam Muskan and second Madam Afreen Almas, and then the member of the Moot Court Association student members. Undoubtedly, the contribution and the assistance and the blessings of all the judges in all the rounds, from the preliminary round, pre-quarter final, quarter final, semi-final, and the judges from the finalists. They have motivated us a lot, and the way they've contributed us and they helped us. So I have no words, though there will be formal vote of thanks, but still, I feel it is my responsibility, more specifically Professor J.L. Kaul, who is the mentor of mentors. And I know personally that the students who have been the students of Professor J.L. Kaul, they are the vice chancellors in our different national law universities. I know Saju Jacob and his busy schedule in UK, Germany, and India. And in spite of his busy schedule, he is spared a long 2.5 hours on Monday, more specifically on Monday. So I have no words that I can pay thanks in words. And more specifically, other members, I would like to add definitely for Priyanshu Kaushal, because the way he added about the act and react. I would like to share he's a film actor, and Hametin Khurapati, he was the lead hero of that movie. So he had played, performed well in different soap opera, different serials, and he is actor and he is advocate, and he's a multi-dimensional personality. And might be possible it was visible in his deliberation, the way he's tried to connect, the performance, the failure, the success, the oratorship, everything was there when he was talking about himself. So far as everyone is talking about me, and the credit was, somehow tendered to me. But I was nowhere in the whole event. But try to, consolidate all the members and try to, sum up, somehow that they should be in one, thread, so that they may be in a position to organize whole event. But I would like to say, and I would like to give one message to all the participants. There are the three main things, though all the things were will be the repetition, as all the things were already shared by my worthy, senior colleagues. Still, I would like to repeat. First, command over the legal prepositions. Second, communication. And third, presence of mind. If you are having these three things, I'm sure that in legal world, in this, global legal village, nobody will be in a position to give you check and mat. And everywhere, you will fly as much as you want. And what I am taking with this Moot Court competition, that I am sure that I will work on your idea that how the participants can perform better at the time of performance of Moot Court competition. We will organize a couple of sessions with help of our advocate Priyanshu Kaushal and our mentors, and with our different colleagues and advocates in different high courts and Supreme Court. So far as this Moot Court competition is concerned, it is hardly 25 days, hardcore work of Moot Court Association, along with Muskan Srivastav and Madam Afreen Almas, along with the free hand which has been given by our Chief Executive Officer, Dr. Shalya Raj, and the founder, Dr. Atul Krishna, because they always give free hand and never they give any pressure, any, anything which can demotivate us. So ultimately, in absentia, I would like to pay, the credit to the founders and our chief executive officer, because ultimately without their blind support, without their blind belief, we will not be in a position, and my team will not be in a position to organize this moot court competition. And the final round, though I was there in other rounds for some time, but I was there in the founder right for the whole round. The argumentative skills, the advocacy skills, the code craft, and the command over the legal proposition, the spontaneity, and the responses, even after, with the way the questioning was there, I found that mooters were not confused that much, as they were forced that they should get confused, but they were not there. So I feel the judges who were there in the pre-quarterfinal, quarterfinal, and semi-final, they worked a lot at the time of the judgment. That was visible at the time of the final session, which was available on YouTube. You may go through, and the participants may. It will be helpful for the other buddy mooters or the law aspirants. I was observing that there were few students from the LLB first year, from National Law University Kochi, from National Law University Maharashtra, from Dehradun, from ILS Pune, and from Barkatullah University. They are the mooters from first year and second year. So actually, when we are organizing such moot court competition and international moot court competition, which is already putting pressure because of the culture of the transnational culture, even the students has taken initiative to participate in this moot court competition. So I should pay even thanks and congratulations to the students, and thanks to the universities that they have motivated their students to participate in this international moot court competition. And ultimately, I would also again compliment all the 124 teams who registered, and about 100 odd teams who submitted their memorials, because ultimately participation matters. If you are participating, then you are successful. And if you are shortlisted, then you are again successful. And if you are again, climbing up, then it is another parameter of successful. You all are successful because you have made efforts, and your efforts were acknowledged by Subharti Moot Court Association, Subharti Institute of Law, Swami Vivekanand Subharti University. And I'm not taking much time, but I would like to say thank to Almighty, and thank to all the mentors, all the jury members, and each and everyone, because I feel it is my responsibility to informally pay my vote of thanks on behalf of my chair as Dean Faculty of Law. So over to you, Ms. Sifra. Over to you. Thank you once again.
We are sincerely grateful to all our distinguished speakers for taking the time to share their words of encouragement and wisdom. Your thoughts have truly enriched this session and inspired our participants to continue striving for excellence. We now come to the most awaited moment, where I humbly invite Ms. Muskan Srivastav, Faculty, Sardar Patel Subharti Institute of Law, to kindly announce the results and declare the winners of the International Moot Court Competition 2025.
Jai Hind to everyone. It gives me immense pleasure to announce the result of International Moot Court Competition, the moment we have all been waiting for. So the Best Team Award goes to TC76, name of the institution, Vivekanand Institute of Professional Studies, GGSIPU, New Delhi, Miss Nandini Achra and Mr. Arham Jain. The runner-up award goes to TC107, University Institute of Legal Studies, Punjab, Devanshi Seda and Sanya Bhaskar. The Best Speaker Award goes to TC76, Vivekanand Institute of Professional Studies, GGSIPU, New Delhi, to Miss Nandini Achra. And the Best Memorial Award goes to TC66, Chandigarh University, Punjab, to Ritika and Kushi Goyal. Congratulations to all the winners and participants for their enthusiasm and that made this competition truly memorable. Thank you.
To conclude this wonderful session, I now invite Ms. Afreen Almas, Faculty, Subharti Institute of Law, to deliver the formal vote of thanks and express our collective gratitude to everyone who made this event possible.
All, it is my proud privilege to propose the vote of thanks on this special occasion, the valedictory session of the International Moot Court Competition 2025, organized by Sardar Patel Subharti Institute of Law, Swami Vivekanand, Subharti University. Over the past few days, we have witnessed a remarkable journey of intellect, advocacy, and learning where some of the brightest young legal minds came together to present their arguments with skill, clarity, and conviction. At the outset, I extend our heartfelt gratitude to our distinguished panel of judges, Professor J.L. Kaul, Advocate Saju Jacob, Professor Dr. Reena Bishnoi, Advocate Pranshul Marshall, Dr. Arif, and all other esteemed judges who graced the preliminary, quarterfinals, semifinals, and final rounds. Your invaluable insights, critical observations, and encouraging words have enriched this academic exercise and inspired every participant. We are deeply thankful to our university authorities, be the founder of the university, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Honorable CEO Madam, for their constant encouragement and unwavering support in making this international event a great success. A special word of gratitude goes to our Dean, Faculty of Law, Dr. Vaibhav Bhartiya, for his visionary leadership, constant guidance, and motivation throughout the organization of this event. He has given us a complete free hand to go with the competition. We thank you, sir, for that. Our sincere appreciation goes to the faculty coordinator, Ms. Muskan Srivastava, for her dedicated efforts, guidance, and constant supervision, which kept the entire event well structured and efficient. We are extending our thanks to our organizing committee members and student volunteers whose enthusiasm and teamwork ensured the smooth conduct of every round. A special acknowledgement to our technical team for flawless managing the online platforms and ensuring seamless proceedings throughout the event. We are extending our warm thanks to the supporting staff for their cooperation and behind the scenes efforts that contributed significantly throughout the event. A heartfelt thanks to our host, Ifra, who is an LLM student, for conducting today's session with so much of grace, confidence, and warmth. To all our participating teams, including the international participants, we extend our warmest congratulations. Your research, eloquence, and professionalism have truly embodied the spirit of global legal learning. As we are drawing this event to a close, let us remember that mooting is not merely about competition, but about growth, understanding, and pursuit of justice with integrity and passion. Thank you all once again for your time, energy, and enthusiasm. Have a wonderful day ahead. Thank you so much.
A special word of appreciation to all participation teams for their dedication and enthusiasm. A heartfelt congratulations to the winners. Your passion for law and advocacy has made this competition a memorable one. On behalf of the Sardar Patel Subharti Institute of Law, Swami Vivekanand Subharti University, I congratulate every participant and extend you best wishes for your continued success in your legal journey. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. Namaskar.
Jai Hind. Thank you very much.